Well, hello there. My name is sometimes Heather and I make things. Today I was going to show you a crochet bag, but turns out I don't have all the hardware I need. I don't feel like going outside right now, so we're going to make a dress instead. I have recently purchased a very soft jersey and I want to turn it into this. A short dress with a cute little collar and snap buttons on the front. I also want cuffs and perhaps other kinds of details. Let's go to the fabric now. I have pinned down my pieces and made certain that I have enough space. I will cut cuffs from here and a collar from there, and I will cut the front piece at the waist and then open it at the front so I can cut it on the fold and therefore like get a hem piece that's one piece, like you know what I mean. And then the back piece will be cut on selvage edges, and that's the sleeve right there. I will use leftover materials to line both the collar and the inside of the button lists. Now I will cut the dress. All pieces cut, and the next step is to modify the front piece. I'm going to cut this at the waist, which is approximately there. Don't worry, I'm going to measure. And then after that, I'm going to open only the top part of the front piece. Let's do that. Now I have one hem piece. Oops. Trust me, it's a hem piece. There we go. And two top pieces. So we will start sewing from, well, I guess the pieces we just cut. I will line these pieces and then sew them back onto the hem so that they are slightly overlapped. It seems I need to make that. That's okay. We like that, I guess. It is now the next day and I have my two front pieces and a piece of leftover viscose jersey which I'm going to use to line both button lists on the front pieces, and I also have my separate front hem and obviously back piece and sleeves and coffee. I would like to add a lacy element to my dress. For that I have leftover lace. I also have my collar, which I cut only in one piece because I wish to slap a layer of lace on it. Excuse the washing machine, by the way. I do laundry on Wednesdays. So, if I place a lace over it like that, it will look nice and pretty, and the lace pattern will be quite subtle. And I was thinking that I might also do that to my cuffs. Button list linings are halfway done. I'm going to fold this to the inside. And then stitch that seam down, and I was actually thinking about decorating the front pieces with strips of lace. That might be cute, but I'm not entirely certain about that yet. What I am certain about though is using a layer of lace on the cuffs and the collar. I think these look really cute, so I'm going to just sew these to place and then secure the cuffs to the sleeves there, which I also sewed without telling you anything about that. Sorry. It is now Thursday, and I've been thinking about ways to add lace to my front piece. So I was thinking about adding like ruffles here on both sides of the front piece, but that might make the top a little bit too girly for my taste. And then it dawned on me, how often will I wear this entire thing buttoned up? The answer is never. This is going to spend most of its time being like this, in a little bit of a V shape. So why wouldn't I just add lace underneath here so that it peeks out a little bit from there, and so that it looks like I'm wearing a lace top beneath. So the next problem is that my lace is a little bit too narrow to make an entire front piece, and also a 2-layer front piece might be a little bit warm. So I'm going to just add enough here to cover the front section, right? Which in practice means that I'm going to cut a lace strip as wide as my linings here, interfacings, facings, these things, the flappy bits. And I'm going to sew that to the outer edges of my facings. And that way, when I secure the facings to the front piece, obviously by hand in a secure yet invisible manner, there will be a little bit of lace peeking out, but not too much. Alright, let's get to it. Like so. That's going to be so pretty. I will use a bit of elastic to bind the neckline here, so that it looks like a real top underneath. And then I'm going to serge these two edges together to keep the whole thing in place. Like so. Now all I need is to add dots to my hem. That is a hem, trust me. And then put this whole thing together. And now we're back at the collar. I have pinned my collar to the neckline with the inside of the collar, right, facing the right side of my dress. I'm going to sew through here, leaving the facings free, because after I have sewn this seam, I'm going to use the raw edge of the facing to hide the seam so that it will look tidy when I open, or let the collar hang open like this. okay? Now that my seam is done, I will take the facing and fold it over the seam, tuck in that edge and sew that on there by hand. Starting out, I thought I might use the colorful snap fasteners by Prim for the closure, but after careful consideration, I thought it would be best to use ordinary sew-on buttons. I also made an executive decision and closed the entire front. Because, let's face it, am I ever going to need to open the buttons? And no. Now, let's see what it looks like. Overall, I am quite happy about the way this dress turned out. It's both cute and comfy, and although the fabric doesn't feel the most durable, I think I will get a lot of wear out of this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Stay safe.